Hello, viewers. I like starting with that. It just sounds like an old video I did once. Excuse me. So yeah, it's been a good day. We got the poo bags, so we're all set for tomorrow. And yeah, I made Trigger's tea, and I was going to take him for a dog wash, but don't have the DIY centre anymore in Preston. They've moved it, so 4 years ago apparently. Anyway, he's fed and he's in bed and he's resting, so he's just over there. I'll let him sleep. Yeah, I was getting a bit of a better vibe. Like, I've had just a dead vibe from the internet for so many years that no one's really watching my videos, or maybe don't have the right audience. Excuse me, the right audience or something. So I'm getting a bit of a loving vibe from the internet tonight, so which is nice. I like the loving vibe because that's what I give out, love. So I like to just feel that love back, I'm getting a little bit there, there's a little trickle. So there's hope for the old Superman. Yeah, I'd love to fill my heart up with all that love and just open up my heart to the world. And it's all locked up tight, but I'll let a few little things in and out, a few little things go. I just don't want it all stolen because I know it's not good to steal from people. So it's basically for people's safety not to steal from me. I just don't give a lot away, but try and protect the world, try and protect people. And I know what it feels like to not feel good, so I don't like to see people suffering. But I know it's their own journey, but still, I think a world without suffering is the aim, or with little suffering, with maybe common cold or this and that, like. But hopefully, basically I'm just doing it for the animals, really. I just want humanity to pull its finger out and, look after humanity so they can be happy, so we can lay off the animals. We're taking all our anger and problems out on animals, and, it's not right. They're just beautiful little creatures, and like I say, we all eat a bit of meat, but there's no need to abuse that privilege. It's a privilege to eat flesh, so just have your share, and you don't have to totally decimate the entire world just to feed people. You don't have to have so many kids and lay off the animal kingdom. It has its right to exist. And I'm getting carried away again with all my bullshit. So no, I was just thinking about that 8-bit computer. I don't know why I said 4-bit computer. Maybe I said that. I thought AI or someone had changed it, but it might have slipped out 4-bit. I meant 8-bit computer, but yeah, back in the day, back in probably the late 1700s, I invented this little machine. It was like an 8-bit computer. Did a few calculations, and I'm not sure where it is. It might be in a museum or something. Can't remember the name of myself. I don't want to really say it in case it's way off, because sometimes when you're remembering stuff, we can get a bit jumbled up. And in the spiritual world, you can sort of mix things together, or things look the same. But it's not just linear, like a memory, like this happened and this happened, this happened, this happened. The spirit world overlaps, and it almost can sometimes time shift and stuff too. So it's a mysterious place, the spirit world. Basically does its job so that good survives. It wants life to good is life, and life is what wants to live and exist. So anything against that, anything that kills life is, excuse me, that's life wanting to evolve. Sorry, it's dirty, but disgusting. But anyway, I haven't had dinner yet. But so life is, wanting to exist, and I think it wants to exist forever. I don't think life wants to be extinguished. I think it wants to evolve to a point where it exists to glorify itself, so it doesn't have to die. I think matter wants to get to a state where it actually exists forever. Even planets, other places. I know it sounds way off, a long time in the future, but I just think those sort of things are possible eventually. That's the sort of world that will exist. This universe will change. It will all the dark part of the universe will blossom, and it'll go from just being a dense, empty place with a few planets, which is like, you can imagine a gravel pit. Instead of that, it'll have all stuff blooming throughout it. It'll be like a beautiful blooming garden, sort of. That's how I imagine the world to eventuate. And I'm always the catalyst. I'm always that person in front, the alpha, the omega at the back, sort of rounding up the sheep at the back. I'm sort of the leader and the shepherd at the back. Everyone in line, and probably why I've got a Kelpie. That's sort of the same, isn't it? Sort of symbolises the partnership I have with the animal kingdom. We're both sort of the same kind of person, I guess. I'm like a male Kelpie, yeah, a human Kelpie, without being a dog, So, the Kelpie's like the king of the animal kingdom, sort of, I suppose, in a way. So, I reckon even a keen Kelpie would round up a lion, that? A real, keen one, a smart Kelpie. Lions aren't that smart. And they're a cat, Dogs don't get pushed around by cats. But I was trying to remember that name. Escher went through my mind, but it wasn't Escher. So he was more an artist, or not just an artist, but a conceptual sort of designer, an architectural sort of mastermind. But a mathematician, sort of. I could have been Escher too. That's why I got confused. But I was always these sort of famous people who did things throughout history, sort of paved the way in different ways. And sort of when I got to the Elvis sort of time, I didn't want to be famous after that. I sort of had enough of it. But, kind of famous in the spirit world, I guess. So fame shifted to sort of in the spiritual phenomenon, and more of a powerful thing rather than fame. I think it shifts from fame to sort of more of a power, sort of ultimate power sort of thing, superpower, sort of this holy grail. I was just meant to find my soulmate, wander off and fall in love, I think, but didn't sort of happen. But there's no guarantees, I figured out. So you got to really try hard to find them, I guess. I just wasn't aware of it, being a newborn kid. Didn't really know what was ahead of me. So gosh, I must have a lot of videos on this phone. It just seems to keep having more and more hard drive space. I do so many videos, and they're long. I don't know how it fits them all. Anyway, must have a big hard drive. I'm trying to think of this name of this person I was when I first invented this 8-bit computer, and I'm trying to think what it looks like. It's sort of like knobs and buttons, and I don't think it was particularly that big. Probably about as big as probably your regular sized cardboard box or something. I think it was like that, knobs and buttons, and it might have had some kind of thing to generate power on it or something. It probably just come up with some calculations or something. Would have been just ahead of its time back then. People would have been like, "Whoa, this thing makes power!" And probably one of the first, hand-cogged power generators that could calculate and produce light. I think it had little bulbs in it. And that was, a long time ago. I can't remember where I was from, somewhere like Norway or so. I think it might have been somewhere like that. Trying to think of the name, something like a Dutch name. I think it was a Dutch technician, inventor sort of person. Dutch or Swiss or it's hard to see. I don't know my geography too well anymore. Sort of all a bit mixed up in that area. It's easy living in Australia. So, well, it's Australia. There's no, but living around that area, you've got different countries and different areas, and all close by. I remember windmills. There was windmills and sort of a lot of fields and a lot of art going on. A lot of artists and exploration going on. And I just stayed at home a lot, just noodling over ideas and writing down ideas, and I think I looked a bit the same as I do now, probably skinnier. I would have been a lot thinner like I was when I was a young boy, you know, really thin, thin face. It was about 1790 or 1795 or something, on the turn of the century, when most good inventions come right at the turn of a century, you know, like 1780, 1790. Most big events sort of happen there, sort of climaxes towards the end of the century. So Faraday goes, it wasn't Faraday, it wasn't Edison, it wasn't any of these famous names. It was famous, but sort of forgotten about later on. So because it's computers, people don't want to remember back that far. They sort of deleted all in Germany, I think, all the references. I don't think it matters now. You know, who cares now? It's over and done. So you know, computers are off on a different tangent now. So, but I just wanted to sort of close off that whole 8-bit computer thing with my non-binary computer, sort of closing off the whole development to what I think computers should become is a non-binary computer. So it doesn't rely on numbers. It's almost essentially just a free space to work in. I mean, essentially, I was sort of saying it's about shapes. So it's sort of, I suppose it's not really. It's sort of a bit different than that. But I was trying to just give it away without giving it away, and I want to get the idea out there without giving away the idea. So I hope no one took it, or got it. But yeah, sort of like a blank piece of paper. I think computers should be. You just do anything you want. So that's sort of how I see it. Computers these days are very manipulative and very controlling, and I don't like that. You know, you can't do what you want. You know, it's all, you know, very moderated and very, you know, people spy on you and hack you and scam you, and it should be your own little space, your own canvas, like working at home on an easel, doing painting. And you shouldn't be any other external influences or forces or people bothering you. You know, you should be able to relax. And ever since, you know, computers come out, we've all just started stressing out, and I don't think it's good for the planet. I think it's heating it up and excuse me, causing a lot of turmoil. But trying to think of the name. It's trying to think of a word you haven't used for a long time. It's sort of there, but I can't think of it. I'll look at some letters. What do I mean K? I think it was a K. Climber or something. Klimda or Augustus Kliene or Klimda or Augustus something. I don't even know if there's any records of it, but I think it was Augustus something. Klimda. Augustus, it wasn't Kent, it wasn't Clint, it wasn't Clint. Augustus Clint, Klim. Something like that. Augustus Klim or something. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Something like that. Yeah, it'll probably come to me in a dream or something one night when I'm very open to it. I start dreaming about it. I dreamt about sort of all Elvis one night, and all just living there. And back when I was young and everything, I saw this green bike or blue bike, green or blue, I'm not sure. Green, I can't remember now. It was a greeny, bluey bike, and yeah, it was just sort of my favourite thing to hang around and just play with my bike, and until I found records and that, and then I was just off doing all that. But yeah, it's a hard pill to swallow for anyone watching, thinking I might have been Elvis, because I don't look like him really anymore. It's in there, but I'm also, you know, all those other people I was all come together as a Christ sort of soul back on earth again. You know, it's really, I mean, we don't have an identity at birth. We're given one by our parents, by our names. So really, we're just a mass of flesh that just, you know, our identity is the person we understand as we grow up by our characteristics. So, you know, I've always had those Christ characteristics, where I'm very caring, loving, loyal, like a father sort of for the world, sort of like a fatherly sort of loving, doting sort of person. All my friends I used to be like that. When they had problems, I was sort of the understanding one, the one that sort of tried to help and didn't sort of take my shit out on people. I just tried to sort of, you know, diffuse any problems and try my best. Not always successful, like any parent or father or friend or whatever I was. You know, just sometimes problems happen and you can't help it, but it's beyond your control. You know, the problem's outside your reach. It's not really your problem. You know, it's someone else's. So yeah, I just grew up having fun and just enjoying my life, and till adulthood, and it all sort of went a bit strange. It all sort of started, that whole spiritual journey, really understanding my past, and sort of caught up with me, all that Bible stuff and everything, all out there trying to dethrone me and trying to destroy my love life, and, you know, whatever else I was inflicted with this crucifixion sort of thing that happens. So yeah, whoops, low battery, still going, low battery, but we're still going. So I wound it up there. I was going to talk about some new inventions or something, or new ideas I've been having. Some are environmental. Talk about it later because I've got a low battery, but yeah, I'll do another video. I'll have a think about all those other things I want to share, but just the love's dying off, so I'm not feeling inspired again, but hopefully it comes back. You know, when I feel in love, I feel like sharing myself. Otherwise I feel closed up and I can't get anything out, and I don't want to share anything. So, but the whole world in me just wanting to burst out and embrace the world, and have the world embrace me, and, you know, share all these beautiful things I think about, but can't really share with anyone because I don't have anyone to share it with. I'm not sharing it to a vacuous computer system where I don't know if anyone's even reading it. So I'm not going to do that. I just talk about the same rubbish basically until I feel the love, you know. So that's all I'm doing. Anyway, I'll see you later. That's nearly 20 minutes. So bye for now. Peace out. From Ken, Street Fighter Ken. Not today.